Welcome to Menu Planning Sunday. It didn't happen yesterday with the July 4th holiday, and I just took that day to be with the fam. We don't do anything special, but we do try to make sure we are doing family unit activities, and I didn't want to take away from that. So we had some shake-ups and mix-ups last week. We were supposed to have Sunday roast, and that day my husband had a really bad sinus migraine, and he was going to be staying home when I took the kids to a library event and also to meet up with some friends of theirs. So originally my husband was going to make Sunday roast, but I did not want to have him go through that larger dinner activity with his sinus migraine. Like, you can just see his eyes were swelling shut and he was extremely uncomfortable. So I said, on our way home, I'm gonna pick up Aldi pizza, because we would be having Aldi pizza the following week or this coming week, because we always have that as the first shopping trip of the month dinner. So we just did some swapping. But then I was like, it's kind of weird to have our Sunday roast once a month meal well into the month of July. So all to say, we skipped June's Sunday roast, and I ended up farming out the produce I purchased for that into this upcoming meal plan. So in case you go, man, those are some random sides, I didn't want anything to go to waste. We are starting off the week strong with leftovers on Monday, because we have a morning library event and an evening library event, and this evening event is once a month, and I always plan either a crock pot meal or leftovers. So leftovers it is. And on Tuesday we're going to do kielbasa with cheesy shells. It's like the Kraft or Velveeta cheesy shells, but it's Aldi's brand, and some garlic butter green beans. And they're canned green beans that I'm gonna jazz up from the food bank. And then I was looking back at just old weekly menu plans, so I didn't really have to think of anything. I can just kind of plop things in. And I saw we haven't had this particular meal in a while, and that is crock pot butter chicken. And that is simply using the jarred butter chicken sauce from Aldi. I don't do that from scratch. And seasoned rice. And I have still a lot of cabbage left over from the food bank, so I'm going to saute up cabbage and some peas and mix it together. It's now the time of the menu plan where, if you look at the menu card at the end of the video, you're going to see some different or added in side dishes. And that's because after I made that menu card, I figured we were not doing the Sunday roast, and I needed to plop in those vegetables so they wouldn't go to waste. So we're going to have garlic and beefy pasta with sauteed bell peppers. So that got added in. And also, going back to the kielbasa night, I'm roasting some cauliflower with the green beans because I need to use up some cauliflower. This week I chose a recipe from a cookbook. It was a cookbook's turn this week, and my husband chose a vintage from the 70s cookbook from Better Homes and Garden. I'll try to put in a picture of what it looks like because it had a name to it. And honestly, a lot of the meals in there are right up our alley, so that it kind of made it easy to choose something. And this is Frankfurter and cheese casserole. This is not one to have frequently for your cholesterol. And then I'm going to offset that with some carrots, some ranch roasted carrots, because I have a 2-pound bag of carrots that did not get used for Sunday roast. And then another crock pot meal, crock pot chicken and rice. It's a super simple meal, and then pair that with white rice. That's the rice component, and broccoli. And then another night of leftovers, but maybe we'll be able to swing more. But if you noticed, survival casserole is not on the menu, and that's because we did eat it, finally. But that's what we got going on. And that is just how it works here, where we're plopping in the food so it doesn't go to waste. But I hope you guys are doing okay. Let me know what's on the menu for you this coming week. Are you trying any new recipes, plopping in a tried and true one, let me know. And I hope you guys are doing okay. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.